So I'm Carl Carter. I'm director of the Media Lab here at Bucks, and I'm also the glassblowing instructor. The real majority of the tools that we use in glassblowing are from about 2,000 years ago. There were a number of tools that were developed then to blow glass, and those are really very similar to the tools that we use today. The first tool that anybody should buy is their own blowpipe. We have what are called jacks that we use to kind of give a break-off line and shape the glass with. We have different shears. So we have trim shears, we have duck-billed shears, we have combination shears. We use wooden paddles. We use wooden blocks to do a lot of the shaping with, so that we can kind of control the glass, since when we first bring it out of the furnace, it's about 2,050 degrees or so. And we also use a lot of newspapers so that we can really get very precise about how we want to shape the glass as we're blowing it up. But it kind of wraps into my hand, and then I have the control about where I want to move it. It's all about timing and being able to do two different things with your hands at the same time. Your left hand has to be in control of the motion of the glass the whole time. The glass is hot and it's moving. If you don't keep it on center, it's going to fall to the floor. Some of the tools that we'll use to shape and form it are called optic molds, and so that we can go into what essentially is a piece of cast aluminum with a design in it, and then glass has a very strong memory to it, and so when I put it into something cold like that, it's going to blow out holding that mold design. To kind of make things identical or line up, it's all by eye. The furnace that we have in the studio, the one that holds the glass, is called a furnace, and that has a crucible in it that we're holding about 130 pounds of glass in, and we charge that every night so that we have fresh glass every morning. The other furnace that's in there is actually called the glory hole, and that is just pure heat. So you get like maybe 30 seconds or a minute to work on a piece, and then you want to get back up to get the heat back into it. That's the two furnaces that we're working with, and then we have two other what are really more like ovens, and they're called annealers. The annealers allow us to cool the glass off in a controlled fashion so that the pieces live. If we were just to set it onto a shelf, the stress from the inside compared to the stress to the outside, the glass would explode every time. When you're putting an object away, we have a hood and we have gloves that you can handle the piece with to put it away. But the rest of the time, any kind of real safety equipment like gloves on your hand or anything that get in the way of the process, and so you actually don't want to have anything on your hands. Advice for new students: the amount of time that you spend in the studio is going to really impact how well you do. So it's, as with any art, the more time you spend working on it, the better you're going to be at it.